Hey everyone, what's going on? How is everyone doing on this Sunday night, right? Sunday night, yes. Well, I don't have a mic, but I'm trying to do this formal podcast. Podcast. And so Sunday, the October, shit man, it's already fucking October. I can't fucking believe this. It's already fucking October, man. October, holy shit. What's going on, huh? What's going on? Is everyone outside? I mean, out? Is anyone on a date? Where are you, huh? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? I'm just taking it easy, you know. I'm freaking all this. I'm just taking it easy. Yeah, I'm just taking it easy, man. I think I partied like Friday night. Not party, but I was out with colleagues in the industry in the freaking Tribeca area, and then I was watching actually with my sister and her husband. We were watching. Oh yeah, this is what happened. So we were watching Blade Runner 2049, right? It's a fucking amazing movie with what's his name, Rick Deckard and Agent K. So Ryan Gosling is playing Agent K, right? I don't want to have any spoiler alerts. Oh, by the way, let me, while I'm talking about that, how much money did it make? Before I go on and on, Blade Runner 2049. Okay, so let's go to Wikipedia and find out. Right, find out. Here we go. Okay, so it has so for 81.7 million. So this was the opening weekend. Oh wow, man! I think it's gonna make some good money because this is one of the classics, you know. Well, I mean, classics was the 1982 original Blade Runner with what's his name, uh, Harrison Ford, you know. Harrison Ford and I don't know much about the other cast, but it's based on Philip K. Dick's novel. Do androids dream of electric sheep? So it's all replicas and you know, off-worlds and etc. So listen, just go watch it for yourself. But okay, so this is what I wanted to say. So Saturday night, right? Last night, so we were at Kips Bay in one of those cinemas, right? And then, so we're watching Blade Runner, right? 2049. And then what happens is that I think we were like 90% into the movie, and then all of a sudden it goes blank. Fucking screen goes blank. I'm like, what? And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? What the fuck? And people are waiting. People are waiting, you know. People are waiting. People are waiting, and no. And then I got pissed off. I'm like, you know what? I'm leaving. And then I texted my sister and listen, I'm leaving. I don't think you should wait because I overheard people talking about an issue with the projector, and I told her, listen, uh, that's a fucking old cinema, you know, it's a fucking old theater. So the infrastructure is old, obviously projectors are old, everything is fucking old. So that's what happened. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Everybody's enjoying the movie, you know, towards the end, and then all of a sudden it just goes fucking blank. Blank. What? And it's a huge theater. You know, this is what I said, and I said this. This is actually what I told my sister, that, you know, it's actually better to watch movies at home because you have the luxury to actually, you know, go to the bath. Well, I mean, you can still go to the bathroom at the cinema, but you can pause it, and you can watch it next day, the rest of it, etc., etc. But after that, I went into a bar slash club in Williamsburg. I think that was a mistake I made. I should not have done it. I'm too old for that fucking shit. I mean, it's a nice place. I mean, it's nice, and they were playing good music and all that. But still, I'm too fucking old for that, man. There's a time for every place, and there's a place for every time. Am I saying that right? There's a place for the time of your life, and then there is a time for the place where you are. I hope that makes sense, right? Does it make sense? Yeah. The point I'm trying to make is that I should not be going to these freaking goddamn clubs and all that, But I wasn't there for too long. I think I was there for an hour, but still, man. I mean, if you go to a bar, that's a different story. But I guess because this weekend has not been like really good for me. I guess I don't know. So I'm just taking it easy today, Sunday, what did I do? On a Sunday, the fun day. Sunday, the fun day. What did I do? Okay, so, well, I woke up late. I watched, I'm watching Marvel's Inhumans. You guys know that show, Marvel's Inhumans? So that's a new show that actually just started. I think September 29th, whatever it is. It's September 20th. But check it out. You can Google. It's called Marvel's Inhumans. So these superhumans, just like Marvel has a lot of freaking, superheroes, from Iron Man to now down to Wonder Woman and all that. So it's that theme, but it's a TV series, so it's a little different. And I watched it, and it's okay, because I'm more interested in the technology of the future human beings. That's what I'm interested in what the future is going to look like in terms of technology. And so Inhumans, somehow they show this capability to go through some sort of a warp, not via the spaceships, but they just walk into something, and then they come out from Moon onto Earth. So there is a civilization on Moon of these superhuman, so-called inhuman people, and they have a king, and there is a revolutionist and all that. But they have flaws too, so I don't think we can call them superhuman, but whatever the hell it is. So yeah, that's what I watched this morning. I woke up late, I'm like, fuck it, dude, I'm not gonna fucking... Well, I woke up around like 8 something, then I went back to sleep, and then I woke up around like, I don't know, 12:45, 12:46. Yeah, so then I watched that Inhumans, What else? What else is going down? What else, huh? Well, let's look at the cheat sheet to see what I want to talk about, because I don't want to delve into one topic, by missing the other topics. Okay, so, alright, so American Graffiti. You guys know that movie, right? Obviously. I had never watched that movie, so I'm watching it. It gets boring. But I still watch it, and then it's funny and all that, but I don't know. Not my type, though. I think American Graffiti is one of the classics of Hollywood, and so that's American Graffiti, and so that's a classic movie, and the dating. Oh, the dating is, oh man. You talk to me about dating. If you're a guy, I can give you a little bit of advice. If you're a lady, I can also give you a little bit of advice, although I'm not an expert on dating. And you just have to do it, man. You can't just, think that the world out there is bleak and all that. No. You just have to be out there and just do it. Fucking do it. That's what it is. And that's what it is, Just don't be mad or don't be angry and all that. Just do it. Just do it for the love of the human civilization. That's what it is. Oh, the girl I'm attracted to. Which girl am I attracted to? Or which girl I'm not attracted to? Huh? I don't know, man. Anyways, let's not go there. How can I keep... Okay, this is the question that I'm asking myself. How can I keep my emotional side of things away from the logic? Well, I guess there's a question for a psychologist, I think. So how do we human beings keep our emotional side away from our logic? Because I think logic is controlled by one part of the brain, and the emotions are controlled by the other part. So, especially for men, heterosexual men, we always try to be logical. We always try to be logical, and we think that emotional is being emotional is being feminine, whatever it is. But I think that's not really true. We are human beings, and regardless of our sexual orientation or our gender, there is an emotion built to it, which the robots don't. And I think that's the feature of the robots. They might actually have emotions that we do based on our brain and our chemistry, our upbringing, and being human and all that, And so there are a lot of questions regarding especially after I watched Blade Runner. I like the original Blade Runner. I've seen it. I don't know. I think I saw it last year, and I think I've seen it probably like 10 times. But is this going to be a future Philip K. Dick's novels future, which is that we might actually be producing these machines which are human-like, but they are replicas, and I don't know. A lot of people are actually kind of afraid of these replicas. I guess because of these movies, like these, But I'm not afraid of replicas because, first of all, they are just fictional. And if any replica or any machine that we would produce, there would be extension of our brain, which means that they would be there to help us, not to be harmful to us. So that's my point. That's my point. Whether it's in medicine, whether it's in other parts of science, or even if you need emotional help and all that, you're an elder person, and there's nobody you can talk to except walls or the freaking whatever the hell you're living in, and you don't want to live in a what is that called? What is that housing called where it's only elderly people? What the fuck, dude? Where the elderly people live. Is that the senior housing? Is that what it is? Senior housing? One of those. Okay. You got my point, yeah? Right? Alright, so 14 minutes, 57, 58, 59, 15 seconds. 15 minutes into the podcast. What else do I want to talk about? Well, a lot of shit going on these days. There was another goddamn hurricane, as you know. Hurricane Nate that actually was not as bad as the other goddamn hurricanes, and so this year has been, I don't know, man. What the fuck, dude? Harvey, Irma. So they named these after just people's names, but alphabetically speaking. So Harvey is H, I is Irma, I and G H I J. What was the name of the J? J, and then there was K, L, M, and we are up to like N. Holy shit, dude! 6 hurricanes. What the fuck, dude? What the fuck? This might actually, hopefully, change the politics, our politicians, to say, oh, holy shit, there's something going on. And I think I mentioned this in my previous podcast, and I don't want to go on and on about this. And the reason I'm saying that is because I think we're going to see more of these in future, and that may actually be a serious issue. Well, I mean, it is far than serious, because when a hurricane hits the land, then we are fucked. We're fucked. Also, we are fucked in many ways. Look at the damage of these hurricanes. Why don't we spend like $1 billion in research to see how we can actually prevent these? I think I said this last time. I'm not going to repeat myself, so that's it. That's it. Vegas. I kind of made an emotional video after what the fuck happened in Vegas. And also, obviously, the issue around gun control. Although I don't want to sound a political person, but this is not politics. This is real in this country. People walk around with fucking guns, and luckily, not in this city and not in this state. We don't want any fucking guns, man. Nobody needs a gun to protect themselves against what? But I guess West, not West as in California, but some of the Wild West, fucking where the fuck it is, they still have. In the South, to an extent, that they have this fucking, I don't know, what the fuck? Why do you need a fucking gun in this? Okay, you might need a gun for hunting. If you're a hunter, yes, I can understand it. But other than that, why? Why? Why the fuck do you need a gun? What the fuck? Why? Is the law enforcement cannot protect you? I don't think that's true. Even in the Wild West, I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true, because we have a system in place, although, there's a lot of shit. We can talk about the system, law enforcement, all that, and all the other crap that goes on. But people wanting to own guns for protection? What the fuck, dude? What the fuck? What the fuck? This is what, 2017? What the fuck, dude? What the fuck? How can this country learn from other countries, other cultures, and this country has a lot of gun culture, and that's not good. That's not good. No, that's not good. So yeah, somebody has to make an outcry. I mean, this incident that happened in Vegas. I mean, this is not an isolated event. And the other thing I wanted to mention was that, just imagine if this guy was some Muslim or some fucking man of color, not white, then he would have been put under the charge of being a terrorist or whatever the fuck it is. And I think David Letterman actually he was tweeting, and I said yes, I agree. He was saying that listen, this is domestic terrorism. That's what it is. Don't think that. Don't accept that this is just an isolated event. We don't know just because he's a white guy. No, this is terrorism. This is fucking terrorism. The guy actually killed 58 people. I don't know how many injured. How many he injured? This is terrorism. This is fucking domestic terrorism. That's what it is. Forget the motive. Okay, forget the fucking motive. That's what it is. Okay, so moving on. I talked about Hurricane Nate, and oh yeah, Bill Maher's. You know, he has the show. What do you call the Real Time with Bill Maher? Real Time with Bill Maher. Holy shit. Holy shit. So he had, you know, so it happens on Friday nights. I usually watch it on Saturdays. And so what happened was that Bill Maher brought in, what's his name? The comedian / actor, Billy Crystal. Billy Crystal. Remember that movie? Remember that fucking movie from the 80s or 90s? What the fuck is that, man? I'm trying to remember that movie. Sally met. What the fuck it is? I remember that movie, and Billy Crystal from that movie. You know. So Bill Maher brings in Billy Crystal, right? And so Billy Crystal, you know, they're talking about the gun control and everything else, and how Billy Crystal views American politics and gun control and what the fuck happened in Vegas and all that. He's a fucking funny guy, man. He's a fucking funny guy, but at the same time, I think he's a guy who's true to himself. You know? Just like Bill Maher is, because Bill Maher is a straight shooter. You know? I shouldn't be using these words because I think that these are the words that they were using. And I think, yeah. So Billy Crystal was there, and then you know, they were talking about the state of things and how he was booed by some lady in a stand-up, and what the fuck was he saying? Oh yeah, so she was trying to boo him, respect the president, and then the crowd booed her, and you have to watch Bill Maher's show and you'll see, right? Okay, so that's that. So Billy Crystal, he's a fucking funny guy, and so I watched that actually yesterday, which is Saturday. And what else is going on? What else is going on? I don't know. You tell me. What else is going on, huh? What else is going on? Anything new? Anything unusual? Were you abducted by the aliens? Speaking of which, the aliens, right? I mean, and this existential question of why are we alone on this goddamn rock, and why nobody is contacting us. I don't want to go on and on about, because I don't want to repeat myself. How long is this? 24 minutes, 11 seconds, 12 seconds, 13 seconds, 14 seconds. Okay, so the aliens, maybe we are the aliens. But that actually questions the physical evidence. I mean, because the physical evidence is that, for example, if I say that I'm an alien, okay, how? No, I'm not an alien. I was born here on this planet, and there's no way I can call myself an alien. I'm just a human being, evolved from monkeys. They were evolved from some other animals, right? and somehow our brain grew. Although I think there's a question that science is still trying to figure out how the human brain grew so bigger in such a short time. And there are alternate answers to that question. And I think I mentioned that in one of my other videos, one of my past podcast videos. So you can check out my one of my previous podcasts. I think there were factors when the monkeys came out of the jungle from Africa, and they started walking upright because now they don't have to climb goddamn trees. Now now they have to walk on the land, and etc. etc. And they found mushrooms, and some of them were psychedelic, and probably that helped them to understand. Not understand, but to understand their own mind, and that's how they came out of the monkey mind into a human mind. I think that's how, and that may be one of the other reasons why the human brain actually evolved physically as well as emotionally and logically. Emotionally, logically, physically, everything else in between. But the question remains, which I was trying to ask. The original question I was trying to ask is why? Why is there a problem with the universe, which is so big? It's so huge, but it has only one planet, apparently, as we know, as we fucking know, which has life, and intelligent life. Although, I mean, for me to say that I'm more intelligent than any other life forms, that would be an arrogant prospect. Except that we have evolved, and we have produced technology that other animals are not able to produce. Although you could say that the other animals, for example, dogs can see, or cats can see at night, and we can't. So they have a better technology when it comes to seeing the fucking what the fuck they want to see, right? Yes, there you go. But I think the human evolution is twofold. It's twofold. One is to understand where the humans, as we are going to go from here. In two venues. One is our exploration. Because humans, as humans, we are always explorers. We are explorers. We have explored this planet. We are still exploring. Probably not 100%, but we are. We know this planet very well. The animals, the plants, the rocks, and the remnants of the dinosaurs and all that. But the point I'm trying to make is that I think the evolution of the human mind is twofold. One is physical, and the other one is, I think, I don't want to use the word spiritual, but I think there is an aspect of us, besides our brain and our physical nature. I think there's an aspect to us that wants itself to be manifested. Without following any sort of a cult or religion. But I think we human beings are more than our physical nature, which is that I think the power of the human brain is greater than what we think. I think we know a lot of things about science, medicine, and all that. But I think there is another aspect to it that we have not actually um, tried or yet on a scale that we do for other research avenues like medicine and all that. Psychology, to an extent, explores it, but I think there's more to it. There's more to it, and what is that more? Um, the human mind, it wants to explore one of the greater venues that many philosophers and many even astrophysicists and scientists and the alike, sometimes the religious figures, is what is the reality? What is the reality? And what's mean we are in 3 dimensions and time is 4th dimension. Is this the only reality? Are there any other realities that we know or we don't know? And to that question, my answer is that I think, and I think science has proven that there are other dimensions, but those dimensions are extremely hard, or even impossible for us, our 5 senses, to explore and find, and for us to actually break through our 3rd dimension into a 4th dimension, because our physical universe or physical being prevents it. But then, what's behind the physical machinery? We have our own physical body. What's behind? Is there more to us than us, like talking, biological machines? I think yes, there is. I think there is, and that may be another breakthrough. That may be another breakthrough that is going to happen on this planet, and that may actually connect us to some sort of an intragalactic beings of higher intelligence, higher than us. In terms of our technology, I think we are trying our best. We're trying our best to fly to fucking moon. Well, I mean, we've flown to moon. We know that for sure. But I think what's lacking here is the will. And I think I said that in my last. I said that in my last video podcast, is that we have left the chaos because we were curious. And also sometimes the circumstances actually made us leave our chaos, wherever we come from. If you ask me, I was always interested in exploring the Western world, because I come from the East. Although I think we have our Russian heritage, maybe a little bit of Eastern European heritage, but that's the nature of our human psyche, is to explore the planet, explore the places, explore cultures, and eventually explore other planets within our solar system. And Mars is a target for that. And why not? Why shouldn't it be? Why the fuck shouldn't it be, right? Yes. So I think we are making progress on the technological, physical side, but I don't think we're making progress on the metaphysical. I don't want to use the word metaphysical because then that invokes the fucking goons and what the fuck it is, you know. But we have to admit that we as human beings, we have some sort of a metaphysical aspect to us. Not in a paranormal phenomenon, but I think we can actually, if we use our power, a lot of shamans do that through, psychedelics and all that. And a lot of other people do that through yoga and all that. And but I think I'm more of a psychedelic person because I think yoga is good for your body, and it actually enhances your physical senses and all that. But it doesn't give you the ultimate, which is the ultimate is that I want to know the reality. I want to know the nature of the reality. I mean, are we, besides the question of are we alone, are there other dimensions? Are there fucking other dimensions that I want to get into? You know? I don't want to talk about psychedelics because that's Schedule A fucking drugs, and I don't do psychedelics. But I think whether psychedelics or not, but I think there are venues in which a human mind can travel into without physical travel. That's the point I wanted to make. Okay, so yeah, that's it. Physical travel to other planets, other universes will have to be made by building spaceships, and there's no way of fucking up. I'm telling you right now, human beings. But if you want to travel without having to have a spaceship that has warp drives and what the fuck it is, Star Trek and all that, they have warp drives and you can go into the fucking hyperspace and hyperspeeds and all that. So there may be another aspect, there may be another way to actually get to other planets. And I think I'm of the opinion is that if we know a planet such as Mars, we explored it through our machines, right? You don't have guts to land a man or a woman there, but I think if you have enough data, I think we can create a holographic way to get to Mars, in which we know Mars, let's say 80%, through our machines. So then what do? We imagine, not imagine. We know what Mars looks like. So then how do you get there? You get there in your own mind. So that means that you know enough about Mars such that you can be there, and you don't even have to be there physically. Do you get my point? Okay. I'm talking about telepathy and all that. I think that's what I'm talking about, is that you can actually be there without having to have your own body as being there. So if we know Mars is a planet and its surface, the oxygen, or the fuck, the gaseous content, and all that. And then I think you can actually have somebody travel metaphysically. That's the term I want to use. Metaphysically into the Martian environment, and then you don't need any of the suits. You don't need any oxygen masks, any of that fucking bullshit, And then you can explore it. You can explore it through. It's like, I think I'm talking about like going through some data processing, and then you're there. Not through like beaming up like Star Trek and all that bullshit. So I think there's the one venue or second venue I'm talking about, through some sort of a means of knowledge. So knowledge about Mars can actually get us to Mars without us being there. I think I'm going to explore. I think I'm going to explain that in my next video. But I think what I'm trying to say is that our mind has a power. Our mind has a power that we have yet to explore, and our physical upbringing, the environment we've grown in, has restricted that part of our brain. And I think I said that in one of my previous podcasts, that I can actually manipulate the machines. How? No, I can't manipulate the machines. But maybe I can. How? Not through physical means of like opening them and like fucking fuck with them. No. Through the power of the mind. The power of the mind is powerful. The power of the mind is powerful. What the fuck am I saying? Is that right? Power of the mind is fucking powerful. Well, it is. Apparently, it is. You know why? Because any machine that we use was made by our mind. It was made in some person's brain, and so through the connected force, which is closer to the Jedi force, it's very easy to manipulate machines. Machines are our extension of our brains. But they are very primitive, when it comes to our technology, except for some machines. But then, I mean, if you think I'm talking about like the computer that's clever than the guy who is the master of like chess. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about that. Because that's dumb. Because that's just algorithm. Chess is algorithms. That's what it is. It has no other decision-making powers as we human beings do. So, and I think this is why I have to emphasize that these machines, whatever machines we produce, replicas from Blade Runner, whatever the fuck machines we produce, they are our production. And these are just fictional imaginations of the producers and directors of Hollywood. That makes you to watch the movie in order for them to make fucking money, where they would present in a human-made robot such as David from fucking Prometheus, or what the fuck it was, Covenant, that they're going to take over. No, 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 no. They will never take over. Our creations will never take over us. No, because no matter how flawed we human beings are, we might produce a machine that looks exactly like us, just like Replicas in fucking Blade Runner 2017. Oh no, Blade Runner 2049. That's what I want to say. No matter how perfect, emotional, and all that the replicas would look like, I don't think they would ever take over us. They would be against us to harm us. No, no, I don't think so. I don't think so. How far are we now? Okay, so 46 minutes and 9 seconds. Okay, so that's my take on technology. The human mind and how powerful the human mind can be, and how we can actually use it. How we can actually use it. I mean, we have used it to come up with technology, and using, the brain works through our hands, and physically we have invented a lot of things, and like this computer is an extension of my brain, because now I can talk to the world, and I think the other aspect which bothers me, which kind of bothers me, and I had to be honest with you, and it does bother me, is that we're still on this earth. I'm not saying that we have to leave earth. Again, I don't want to repeat myself, but it does bother me. You know why it does bother me? If you read the lines from the movie The Last Starfighter, what's his name? The guy, Alex. His name is in the movie. I don't fucking remember his real name. He's taken out to the fucking, the fucking Zoran and all that fucking, the game. And then he goes up there and he's like, holy shit, there's got to be a logical explanation for all this. I'm like, yeah, man, that's what it is. I'm not saying that that's where we are. No, we are not there. That's like fucking 21st century. Well, I'll be dead. My children will be dead. Everybody, if you think about it this way, okay. I wanted to talk about, since we're talking about future, so let me ask you a question. What happens with the people do you have met, you were in love with, they were your best friends and all that? Now they're not there anymore. Because you don't like them, they don't like you, what the fuck happened? What happens to them? Because you are never going to meet them again. So what happens to them? So technically they are dead. Yeah, exactly. So technically they are dead. Unless you can tell me something else, but that's the point. Yeah, because they are never going to see you, and you'll never see them. So that's it. They're fucking dead. And it's the same for them, because for them, you are dead. That's it. You're gone. You're a fucking goner of the fucking, what are the fuck centuries, dude. That's it. What else is going on, huh? Sunday night, the Funday night. Sunday night, the Funday night. Sunday night, the Funday night is always the Funday night. Oh yeah, so Friday night I was out, and then my girlfriend, she wanted to come over, and I'm like, baby, I'm drunk, and I'm like, let's just meet tomorrow because I'm just going home and I'm just gonna I'm just gonna go home and just relax and just go to sleep. And she was like, no, 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 I want to come over. I want to meet. And she comes over and then we have this conversation. I'm like, baby, listen, you're going to go to Florida, okay, next week, and I'm not going to see you for the next 6 months. So this relationship is over. You know why? Because I want a woman in my life who I can see on a weekly basis. Because I don't believe in long distance relationship. Nobody should either. Nobody should either. Because that's fucked up. That's fucked up, man. She likes me, and it doesn't matter because you're gonna go to be in Florida, and I'm gonna be here in New York, so it doesn't fucking matter, okay? So I don't want to be with you because you'll be gone in like a fucking week. That's what I said to her, and she was pissed off. I think she was still pissed off. But that's true. That's true. So she was over here Friday night. No, man, you can't have a long distance relationship. You can't have a long distance relationship. I talk about the human mind, the power of that, but getting to the fucking nuts and bolts of living on this planet, the first lesson to be learned is no long distance relationship. Dude, I dated a girl from New Jersey. It's like 20 miles from me. That was long distance for me. No, I can't. I want to date a girl that I can meet without any problems, without any inconvenience in my neighborhood, within like 6,000 feet of radius. Dude, what the fuck, dude? Right? So, I like her. She's one of my best girls, but I can't do that, because she lives and works in Florida. And I'm here in New York, so I can't do that. What else is going on, kids? It's Sunday night, and oh, by the way, yeah, SN fucking L is back. SN fucking L is back. You guys know that SN fucking L is back. So do you guys enjoy that? Yeah. Yeah, a lot of fucking, what do you call it? A lot of fucking skits on that. Skits. Did I say that? Skits. SNL. So SNL is back, and so there you go. You fucks who like SNL, that's good for you. For me, I don't know. I like SNL. It's a good way to just relax in his life. Laugh at shit. Nothing too fucking crazy. Serious. That's what it is. That's what it is. What else? Oh, I wanted to talk about something that I did want to talk about. And I did want to talk about that I'm going to talk about now. As you're going to hear me, I'm going to talk about that. Right? Which is, oh yeah. So, U.S. Navy actually launched a satellite in 1958 into the fucking orbit against Soviet satellite Sputnik, right? Sputnik, am I fucking saying that right? So apparently it's still orbiting the fucking Earth. Just a minute, 1958, dude. Isn't that like fucking space junk that we don't need around the fucking Earth? Oh man, there's gotta be a lot of space junk out there. Because NASA, everything that NASA actually flew into the lower orbit, outer orbit, is out there. It's fucking junk. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people actually are making money out of that. Oh, we had to get the junk out of space because, You know, because the space is, you know, it's sacred, and you know, it's sacred around our Earth, and we have to bullshit. Who gives a shit about the space and the space junk? Who does? Yeah, who does that? I don't. I don't give a fucking shit about space junk or cleaning up the fucking space junk because it doesn't fucking affect me. No, it doesn't. I don't give a shit. So what else? We are coming to a conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, and every other aspect of the gender you want to be associated with. Yeah, talk about the space junk and what the fuck, dude. Well, first of all, okay. The space station, International Space Station, looks like such a piece of junk. To be honest with you, have you ever been into, like, have you ever seen the interior of the fucking space station? Dude, it's like a fucking junk. Why? Like wiring hanging overs and like fucking these like fucking, dude, what the fuck, dude? You couldn't make that better? What the fuck, dude? What the fuck? And this is how we're gonna like welcome the aliens. Oh yeah, we have the wires hanging and we have the fucking, what the fuck, dude? This is exactly why the aliens are not interested in contacting you, human beings, because your technology apparently sucks. It sucks. How much it takes to like fucking put those wires behind a fucking wall because I don't want to see those fucking wires. How much does it take, you fucking human being? What, a fucking $300 billion that we fucking waste on killing each other? What the fuck, dude? Yeah, this is exactly why the aliens are not interested in you, because you apes have to learn. So I think that's it. I think I'm going to without sounding like alien wannabe, you know, white guy trying to tell the truth, but I'm going to tell the truth, and I think I did, and I hope you guys enjoyed the ride. Enjoy the ride, enjoy the ride, enjoy the ride, and we do enjoy the ride, enjoy the ride, enjoy the ride, enjoy the ride. And I don't have anything else. Trust me. I'm just gonna go to fucking sleep. And you guys have a good time. And what the hell are you doing? Sunday night, the fun day night. All right.